The concept of an overpayment or excess payment is one that many people have asked about. In this video, I will take the time to thoroughly explain what an overpayment is, how it can occur in relation to Social Security, and what steps you can take if you find yourself in such a situation. This topic is important, and I hope this will clear up any confusion. What is an overpayment? An overpayment occurs when the Social Security Administration, SSA, pays you more money than you are entitled to receive, based on your eligibility or circumstances. This overpayment can happen for a variety of reasons. For example, it could happen if there is a delay in reporting changes in your income, marital status, or if there is a mistake in how your benefits were calculated. An overpayment might also occur if the SSA made an error in processing your benefits, resulting in more money being paid to you than you were supposed to receive. There are two main programs under Social Security that deal with these overpayments: the Social Security Program, which includes benefits like retirement benefits, spousal benefits, survivor benefits, and disability benefits, and the Supplemental Security Income (SSI) program. Each program has different criteria for what constitutes an overpayment and how such overpayments are handled. Point 2: Main Social Security programs and their impact on overpayments. Before delving into how overpayments happen, it's important to distinguish between the two primary programs under Social Security. Point 1. Social Security Program, retirement, disability, survivor benefits. This program provides benefits based on a person's work history. If you've worked and paid Social Security taxes throughout your life, you are entitled to benefits when you retire, become disabled, or if you are a surviving spouse or dependent of a deceased worker. These benefits are calculated based on how much you've contributed to the system over the years. Overpayments in this program can happen if, for example, you work while receiving Social Security benefits before reaching full retirement age, and you earn more than the income limit set by the SSA. In 2025, this income limit is $23,400. If you earn more than this amount and fail to report it to the SSA, you will receive benefits for which you are not eligible under the rules. The excess amount you earned will have to be repaid to the SSA, often with a penalty or repayment schedule. This can lead to a situation where you owe money back to the SSA. Point 2. Supplemental Security Income (SSI). Unlike the regular Social Security program, SSI is a needs-based program that provides financial assistance to individuals who are elderly, blind, or disabled, and who have limited income and resources. To qualify for SSI, you do not need to have worked or contributed to Social Security. However, your income and resources must fall below certain limits. If your financial situation changes, for instance, if you start working or receive additional income, it may affect your SSI benefits. Overpayments in the SSI program can happen when you fail to report income, work, or resources that would make you ineligible for SSI benefits. For example, if you don't report a temporary job or earnings from a part-time position, you might receive more benefits than you are entitled to. The SSA regularly reviews cases and may identify situations where people have been overpaid due to unreported income. Common causes of overpayments. There are several common reasons why you might experience an overpayment in either of these programs. 1. Failure to report changes in income or work status. One of the most common reasons for an overpayment is when beneficiaries fail to report changes in their work or income status. For example, if you are receiving Social Security benefits and are working before reaching full retirement age, you must notify the SSA if your earnings exceed the established limits. If you do not report your income, the SSA will continue to send you benefits that you are not eligible for, leading to an overpayment. For those receiving SSI benefits, any income, whether from employment, a pension, or other sources, must be reported. If you fail to notify the SSA about a new source of income, it could result in an overpayment, which you would need to pay back. Point 2. Not reporting marital status changes. Changes in your marital status can also affect your Social Security benefits. For example, if you are receiving benefits based on your spouse's work history, but you marry someone else or get divorced, you must notify the SSA. Failure to do so can result in the SSA continuing to pay you benefits that you are no longer eligible to receive. Point 3. Errors in benefit calculation or processing. In some cases, the overpayment is not the result of any action on your part. Instead, it may be caused by an administrative error or mistake made by the SSA. This could be an error in how your benefits are calculated or how payments are processed. If the SSA mistakenly overpays you, You may not be aware that there was an error until you receive a notification asking for repayment. Point 4. Working while receiving SSI benefits. For individuals receiving SSI benefits, income from employment directly impacts the amount of benefits you can receive. If you are working and your income exceeds the SSI income limits, you must report your earnings to the SSA. If you fail to report these earnings or miscalculate how much you can earn without affecting your benefits, you could end up receiving more money than you are eligible for, which would result in an overpayment. Point 5. Temporary or seasonal work. Some people receive SSI benefits and work part-time or take on temporary jobs, such as during the holiday season. If your earnings exceed the SSI limits, even temporarily, it can result in an overpayment. It is essential to report any income, even if it is temporary or seasonal. What happens when you have an overpayment? If the SSA determines that you have received an overpayment, they will send you a notice. This notice will outline the amount you owe, explain why you received the overpayment, and provide instructions on how to repay the money. There are several steps you can take if you believe the overpayment is an error, if you can't afford to repay it all at once, or if you need more time to resolve the issue. Point 1. Review the overpayment notice. The first thing you should do is carefully review the notice you receive from the SSA. Make sure the information is accurate. Sometimes, overpayments occur due to errors in calculation or processing. If the SSA has made a mistake, you may be able to dispute the overpayment and avoid repayment. Point 2. Request a waiver of the overpayment. If the overpayment was not your fault, you can request a waiver. A waiver is a request to have the overpayment forgiven, meaning you would not have to repay the money. To qualify for a waiver, you must meet two requirements. The overpayment was not your fault, i.e., it was caused by an error on the SSA's part, or you did not intentionally fail to report income. You cannot afford to repay the overpayment. To apply for a waiver, you will need to fill out Form SSA 632, Request for Waiver of Overpayment Recovery. If your request is approved, the SSA may forgive the overpayment, and you won't have to pay it back. Point 3. Request a reconsideration. If you believe that the overpayment is incorrect, you can request a reconsideration of the decision. This is a formal process where the SSA reviews the facts of your case again. You may be asked to provide additional documentation or evidence to support your claim. You can request reconsideration by filling out Form SSA 561, Request for Reconsideration. This is a good option if you feel that the overpayment was caused by an error or if the SSA has made a mistake in their calculations. Point 4. Arrange a payment plan. If the overpayment is correct, and you are unable to pay it all at once, you can arrange a payment plan with the SSA. Typically, the SSA will allow you to pay the overpayment in installments over a period of time. If you are receiving Social Security benefits, the SSA may deduct a portion of your monthly benefit until the overpayment is paid off. In some cases, the SSA may agree to a reduced payment amount if paying the full amount would cause significant financial hardship. You may be asked to provide proof of your financial situation, such as a monthly budget or income statements, to demonstrate that you cannot afford the standard repayment plan. Point 5. Take action within the 60-day window. It is important to take action within 60 days of receiving the overpayment notice. If you fail to respond within this time frame, the SSA may begin deducting the overpayment from your benefits or require you to pay the full amount all at once. Key changes in 2024 and 2025 regarding overpayments. There have been some important changes in how overpayments are handled that may affect you, particularly in how the SSA recovers the funds. Before March 27, 2024, if you had an overpayment, the SSA would only deduct 10% of your monthly Social Security benefit to recover the money. However, after March 27, 2025, if you do not take action within 60 days of receiving a notice of overpayment, the SSA may deduct the full amount from your monthly benefits. Dealing with an overpayment can be stressful, but it is important to understand your rights and the options available to you. If you find yourself in a situation where you have received an overpayment from Social Security or SSI, remember to review the notice carefully. If the overpayment was not your fault, request a waiver. If you believe the overpayment is an error, request reconsideration. If the overpayment is valid, arrange a payment plan. The SSA provides resources to help you navigate these situations, and you have the right to challenge an overpayment if it was caused by a mistake or if paying it back would cause undue financial hardship. Always be proactive and contact the SSA as soon as possible to address any issues with your benefits. I hope this video has clarified any confusion you may have had regarding overpayments. Please feel free to reach out if you have any further questions or need assistance with the process.